Hey, welcome back. It's your guy, All Family, and today we are bringing you not the card test, but the Obelisk test. Yes, we are talking about Obelisk, the big topic that I think is in everybody's conversations nowadays. What's the best Obelisk to roll for this character, that character? What's a good obelisk? Is this a good obelisk? Are these stats good? Should I roll, re-roll? Should I keep it? Let's talk about that today. Now, this was a couple months in the making. This is test one. I say this is test one because we're basically everything is just based on RNG this time around. We don't have any valuables, any variables, I mean, that, we threw in here to try to make a difference in our outcomes. We're doing straight RNG, straight random. So let's see what happens, man. All right. So I want to show y'all all the ignore defense obelisks. It's not easy to get them, but as long as you're running your specials every day, run your memory missions, and always buy your custom gears from the shop, you're gonna come across some. You definitely as you can see, over I say now you get better drops with them, because back in the day, like let's just keep it real. Like last year, I wasn't getting any of these obelisks. I didn't start getting them until around this year, around the beginning of this year. But that's neither here nor there. So anyway, what we're gonna do, we're just gonna level this one up, see what happens. Now this one has a crappy proc. You know what I'm saying? I usually don't even go for obelisks that, if they have bad procs. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is it, like the energy shield and shit? Because in my opinion, where it's almost like we're further away from what we want. What we want is, we wanted to see a damage proc here, because that would have gave us a clue, like that, indicating that most likely we're gonna get a damage proc when we enhance it. That's just how I view it, though. That's how I view it. But ignore defense obelisks are always good to have, all the time. It's just a shame when you gotta if you use them for food to like re-roll, you should only do that if you get them a lot. But ignore defense are good obelisks. You know what I'm saying? Now, like I said, we had a crappy proc, so when we rolled it, we wound up getting a crappy proc. I think that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So let's yeah, I think that made sense. I think that made a lot of sense. Definitely. Now, immune to guard break is another one that's a premium obelisk, but you get those even more common than ignore defense. Facts. Now, I was told crit rate, crit damage, and dodge obelisks are good obelisks to enhance. I was told that, like, they give you they give you better damage procs. Like you get higher damage procs with them. So I wanted to test that out just to see what's going on here. I think a guy on the forum also said using crit rate and crit damage obelisk to re-roll your extreme obelisk gives you damage procs as well. Which I think that's really what we all want. We want to figure out how to get that 200% damage proc. You know what I'm saying? How to get that 180, most people say it is RNG, but there has to be a method. There has to be a method. Because people in top alliances will have multiple characters with, like, immune, like I don't know, let's say for for Iron Fist, for basically for every character who played combat ABX, a top level account, that person to have, you know, immune to guard break, snare, damage proc on all his obelisks. 200% snare, damage proc, immune to guard break, or defense pin, or something like that. How the fuck you roll that? You know what I'm saying? How do you roll that every time? You know what I'm saying? There's got to be a method. Has to be. But we're not worried about that right now. Right now, what we're doing is straight RNG. We want to see how lucky we get just doing things RNG based, which is basically how everybody is rolling their obelisks right now. You know, just leveling them up and seeing what they get. Now, I think that person may have been right. For sure. Whoever said that the crit rate obelisk and crit damage and dodge obelisk are good may have been, you know, may have known what they're talking about. Now, snare obelisk. I want to roll the snare obelisk because snare obelisks are very important in today's meta. As long as ABX Combat Hero Day is the way it is, snare obelisk will always be an important obelisk to work on. Now, this obelisk was one of the first obelisks I had on was really the first obelisk I had on my Doctor Strange. So, and I had that on him for a long time. So it's kind of, you know, it's kind of funny to see me doing this, but you know, it is what it is. You know, you keep things in the game for nostalgic reasons, then you wind up getting rid of them to upgrade. Now we got a damage proc. So this is just a good sign. Damage proc twice. It had a damage proc before on when it was a rare. Now on ultimate, we got another damage proc. So we should be getting something good once we get it maxed out. You know, let's cross our fingers here. Now the reason why I'm kind of skipping around on obelisks is because some of the obelisks, I don't want to get rid of like all of them, all the lower obelisks. I just want to know. I hate the way the new like the new layout for the obelisk. I hate it. You can't. You at least back in the day, you knew which one you got was new. They put the newer ones on top. You know what I'm saying? Not everything is just like thrown in there. That shit is whack, you know? It's convenient to know all my crit damage obelisks are in the same row, but it's like, you know, I want to know which one is new. You know? So now basically I have to remember each and every one of my obelisks individually. You know, that shit is like crazy. Well, they definitely gotta do something about that, you know. At least have it that the newer ones still could be on you could still put the newer ones on top. Okay, now this what do we get? We got some bullshit. And they gave us some bullshit again. But that was the crappy obelisk, remember, from the beginning. So that's definitely a fact. When you have a bad proc, you know, you shouldn't even waste your time on that obelisk. That is a fact. Luckily for us though, we already had it superior, so we didn't have to put too much into it. So let's do another ignore defense one. Not the best thing we want to see, but we gonna roll with it. We're gonna keep going. Hmm. Oh my gosh, why is it taking so long? Yeah, so like I said, not the best proc, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Now, we gonna we definitely gonna be coming back though with another one because we have to do another variable. You know what I'm saying? That we can we have to basically put another variable in it in this test that we can use to find better outcomes. And I think what we should do next time around is come back with a bunch of extreme obelisks and just re-roll shit. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what we'll do next time around. Where I just work on a bunch of obelisks and just get them all to extreme, and then we'll just come back and start rolling shit, re-rolling shit. Word. Now I know sometimes, I know it sucks when you like with this roll that we got here, when you're buying the obelisk in the chaos shop, you only get 1-star obelisk. It does suck, but those 1-star obelisks go a long way. They definitely go a long way. So try to get as much as those as you can. If you could get 300 of those, that's good. 300 of those is better than like 20 superiors, to upgrade. See? You see how those ones come in handy? Shit. I'll take all those shits. Take them all. Now this is a pretty decent proc here. Web effect, immunity to web, 8% max HP, under 50%. You could do something with that. But we don't want to leave that there. But that's not what we're looking for. I ain't gonna front. Another proc that's hard to roll is invincibility. 5 seconds, under 50%. That's a hard one to roll. Pretty hard one to roll, B. Let's see what we got. I don't know why it didn't pop up. That's silly. Yeah, here you go. It's on the other side. It's this one. Alright, let's try to re-roll one. Let's see what we get. Now, what I'm looking here to see which one to re-roll, I'm looking at the blue stat because they're basically the same crap obelisks, right? Now, let's look at the blue stat. The blue stat says poison damage. That's a bad stat, so we want to re-roll that stat and try to get that stat from the other one. Let's see what we get. Let's see if it gives us, something good. And it gave us something good. It definitely did. So I just think the crit rate, crit damage is just like, if you see that in the obelisk and you want to re-roll, or you got a crit rate, crit damage obelisk, use that to re-roll. That's a fact. Those obelisks really are pretty good. Or just that stat, that stat alone, that stat is a good one to have on the obelisk. That is a fact. Very interesting stuff we're seeing here. Now we just, you know what I mean, we should just go crazy with the crit rates, huh? Now I should have rolled a dodge or crit damage. I wasn't thinking, but most of my characters need crit rate. I don't have no crit rate on my cards, so I could actually make use of crit rate Obelisk. But since crit rate is kind of like dodge, in the sense that your crit rate gets cut in half the stronger your opponent is. So if you got 50% crit rate, when you're fighting Thanos, Infinity Thanos, you only have 25. You know, so you put all that shit on your cards and your Obelisk, and you know the ISO and the gear, and it just gets cut in half, kind of like with dodge. The only good thing about crit rate is I think it does tie into guaranteed crit rate. So the higher crit rate you have, the better the guaranteed crit rate works. You know, so that's the only good thing about that. But that's why I didn't roll it on my cards. And that's why I don't really have it on my Obelisk like that. But some of my characters could use crit rate, I'm sure. I don't see a difference though between crit rate, crit damage. Crit rate is only the rate at which you get crits, meaning you'll pop more crits. But if you have max crit rate, but like 100% crit damage, you're still not going to be putting up that much damage, even if you're busting crits all the time, because your crit damage is low. Crit damage is how much damage you could crank out. You know what I'm saying? Off a crit. So when you do get a crit, the higher your crit damage is the higher, basically the more damage you could put out. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I felt like, even if you don't have any crit rate, if you have max crit damage, when you do bust a crit, it's gonna be, it's gonna be big. You know what I'm saying? And then, max defense pin, I feel like works. It basically works like crit damage and crit rate. In a sense, it lowers the enemy's defense, so you're always doing as much damage as possible. And I feel like that's like both. That's crit rate and crit damage in one, basically. So, kind of feel like crit rate is kind of an unimportant stat, in my opinion. It's only important because of guaranteed crit rate and how it ties into that. But I do like crit rate. At one point though, crit rate was king though. I ain't gonna front. This is what we got though right here, which is very close to a good Obelisk. If it would have had a damage proc or even an invincibility proc, I'd have put that on Carnage, and I'd have probably worked on him to get him to T2. Word. That's probably why I didn't take him to T2 yet. I'm waiting to get a good Obelisk for him. But I am also praying that we get another combat villain. Please give us a better combat villain. Jeez. Alright. So that's not bad. We rolled a lot of obelisks here today. We re-rolled a few. We did a lot of work today, man. We got some good results, in my opinion. Now that crit rate, crit damage obelisk you just rolled with the energy proc. Now those energy procs not really that good anymore. They do make a they do help your DPS though. But they used to be good. But we could always use that one to re-roll. We could always feed that to somebody else. But you want to make sure for your Obelisk, you always running your memory missions 60, so you get the blue. You always running your special missions. You always running world boss. If you ever get a 2-star, 3-star Obelisk, that's actually a perfect reward. You get Obelisk, you get a 3-star at like 8 or something like that. You could pick a 5-star Obelisk on 16, and I think somewhere in like 12, 13, you get another one, and on 24, when you beat Luke Cage, you get one. And you could get like a 4-star one on like, yeah, like I said, 12, 13, 14, some shit like that. And sometimes Battle World has the Obelisk. They haven't done it in a while though, but you could get them from Battle World too. You know? So let's see, we got that crit damage that we rolled straight up. We got, yeah, that was a big one right there. I ain't gonna front. But hey, that was the Obelisk test number 1. We're gonna be back with number 2. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Catch you in the next one.